Welcome to Lived Experience in Action. From the streets to your television screen, we bring the life stories and dreams of real people. Today, your host, Jason Whitmer.
That's me.
Hey, my show, bro.
Today, your host, Jason Whitmer, is interviewing comedian Lamont Stuart.
Lamont Stuart, thank you for being here. Thank everybody for being here.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Thank you. Let's just get right into it.
All right.
Tell me what brought you to comedy.
A lot of it is the money. Let's see. Comedy for me, really, my dad died, and I was incarcerated. And you want to drink some hooch, or you want to smoke a little reefer or something. Yeah. And I went in my cell and I watched Last Comic Standing, and the laughter, the comedy healed me better than any drug ever could. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I still like the drugs, but the comedy has way more of a healing effect. And if I can touch the world in that way, then I'd like to do that.
You think like sometimes people have that rough comedy or insensitive comedy, they still kind of touching that element of healing?
I think people laughing, making people laugh, people being able to laugh. Laughter fills someone's soul, their spirit with happiness, So I think that no matter how inappropriate the comedy may be to some elements, you know what I mean? One joke might not touch somebody in a way that it might touch somebody else. So I don't really think of it like that, My wife, for instance, she loves my comedy, She just thinks I'm outrageous. And
married man.
Yeah, happily married, man. Fresh, it's new. I've been married for about 2.5 months now. We've been together for maybe 14 months, and just the best person I know.
Nice.
Best person I know, man. Takes care of my soul good, and it's hard to make me laugh because I am a comedian. So she fills my soul with that joy that comedy kind of can't for me.
Right. So, that healing
bomb
of another person, that's kind of your soulmate.
Yeah, like last night we were sitting there and I told her, it's like we're both off in our own little worlds, but we're cuddling, you know what I'm saying? And it's like we're supporting each other through our own little world, and that's a big deal to me, huge deal.
Do you ever drive her nuts with all the jokes?
Oh, no, she thinks it's hilarious. I don't do that at home, you know what I mean? It's like, you wouldn't expect a trash man to be walking around the neighborhood picking up trash when he's not at work, you know what I mean? So I kind of don't take the comedy home with me, but every now and then I'll have a good joke that she likes, she enjoys, so yeah.
I have nothing but bad jokes, and sometimes my girlfriend just laughs anyways.
My favorite kind are the bad jokes. Like I said, I do a lot of sketch comedy, and I don't know. I believe that I have some comedy. I have some sketches that will make Dave Chappelle blush.
Wow.
I don't know. Like I said, there's so many. You got your Robin Williams. You got your George Carlins. And all of them can make somebody laugh.
Diversity.
You know what I mean?
Yes. So, touching on the different elements of comedy, you said something about being in the inside.
Yeah.
Did you see a lot of humor in there? Because a lot of us on the outside would think that's just a dark, non-laughing.
No.
Rough place that
I had
toothbrush shanks and big bubbas for cellies.
No. Only one person usually gets the big bubba celly, you know what I mean? And only like 3 people know how to make the shanks, So actually it's more of the comedy. Here's an example. I had done something bad while I was incarcerated and I went to the hole. Mm-hmm. So this guy next to me, I don't know, I have a reputation as kind of a tougher guy. I'm not a tough guy. I'm the biggest sissy in the world, though, guys. So, anyway, this guy's like, oh, I'm going to get the police. That's the staff members in prison. They don't like being called police, by the way. He's like, I'm going to get the police to run in on me right now, and I got a trick for them. I'm like, dude, what trick could you have? There's going to be like 8 of them, and they're going to jump the hell out of you, He said, bro, I'm going to rub shit all over myself.
Nice.
I'm not sure how that's a win, you know what I mean? I mean, if I get another man's poop on me, I definitely lost that fight, you know what I mean? Like, however, if I get my own poop on myself, I've lost that fight, And this isn't a fake story right here, guys. This is something that actually happened. Not only did he actually tell me he was going to do that, I began to smell it through the vent. this man really rubbed feces all over himself and made 8 other grown-ass men fight him. You know what I'm saying? So that turned into one of my sketches, you know, like, and how is this a good idea? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just so baffled by that. So, yeah, there's lots of opportunity for comedy in there. You know, you got every guy in there is chasing a female guard. So, you know, one of my sketches is Bachelorette Prison Edition, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate you, bitch, you're kicking me off, I'll shank you, you know, I'll gut you like a fish. That type of thing, you know, like that's just one of my sketches, you know. But yeah. And
then you get a lot of comedy out of there, and then let's say on the other element, are a lot of guys in there, you know, some of the guys enjoying the comedy, is some of the humor like working on them in a different way than just
it does, because it goes back to that, you know, you're in a cold, lonely place. You know, out here, you're able to cuddle up to the people you love and feel an escape, you know what I mean? So if you could when you're able to have someone that especially in such a dark place, it's a very violent place, prison, you know? And if you could have somebody plant ideas in your head that are peaceful or thinking outside that box, you know, people love it. I mean, you'll see people sit around all day and just crack jokes for hours on each other, you know what I mean? I heard a man tell another man one time, boy, your pants so tight, you gotta take your pants off to put your hands in your pockets, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So, I mean, like, yeah, comedy, especially in there, because if not, you just won't make it through. It's easier to laugh than be miserable. You know what I'm saying?
And so you brought that out into the free world with you.
Yeah, I did. You know, like, part of my comedy comes because I've spent so much time escaping into my own mind, you know? And it did bring a big piece of who I was out, being in prison and just telling people about my sketches, because like I have a character that raps, you know, and people will be like, oh, that's gonna be a hit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a rapper. I like to make people laugh, you know. So it does bring that out in people. It does bring them to that peaceful place. So instead of today, let's start a riot, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, that dude just put me in a better mood. Let's not go shank that guy who gets to go home to his family in a couple years, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good thing. Okay.
Comedy
you could be Mr. Rehabilitation.
I could be. I feel like I'm rehabilitated, you know what I mean? I could be the poster child, like, try prison, it worked for me, you know what I mean?
Just don't get Mr. Stretch you out.
Yeah, there's a guy in there, they call him Mr. Stretch Boot, you know what I'm saying? This man's ass is the safe of prison, you know what I'm saying? If you got illegal anything, that's where you hide it, you know what I'm saying? Wrap it up in some saran, you know what I'm saying? You wanna go, you know, you slap a cheek, something falls out, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that wasn't mine, you know what I mean? I mean, the man probably put a quarter-pound of reefer in his butthole before. That nigga say nothing, Mr. Stretch. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So you do some rapping, you do some character voices.
Yes.
You do.
I do some rapping. I'll let you hear a little bit of something. I got this song that goes, I'll just let you hear a verse, but the chorus is like booty, ooh, 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 ooh. Last verse, I'll give you that. It goes, girl, where'd you get that big old turd gutter? $1 the donut, you get it from your mother. Got me willing to do anything just to be your lover. I turn my arms into spaceships, fingers to spacemen. Don't understand, well, let me explain it. Trying to land my hands all over Uranus. You say that your body is a house of Christ and it's so sacred with a strong foundation. Well, baby, let's face it, you got a rec room in the basement. Big screen TV, 2 potatoes, like 3 PlayStations, like an earthquake when you're shaking. But you ain't shaking, so go ahead and shake it, cause that's what the booty do. Booty, ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, just a little something that, you know.
Nice.
You know.
So before we even started, you was telling me about you gonna bring a friend.
Yeah, my stand-up, because I don't really do stand-up, so I tell the story in the form of the characters that I would usually be sketch, you know. I actually just tell the story instead of like acting it out, so.
All right, so we all know you're a physical and character comedian. You also write horror stories and created your own board game.
Yes.
But now Do your thing, do your thing. Lamont Stuart.
All right, I'm gonna tell y'all today about a turtle. So I'm from down in the bayou, you know. I'm not from up here. So one day I'm walking out down in Louisiana, and I decided to go fishing. Now earlier that day, my nephew had given me some marijuana. I'm old. I shouldn't even be doing drugs anymore, you know. But I hit this here marijuana, and my brain was gone. It was a cookie. It was a cookie. We smoked marijuana when I was growing up. We didn't eat that shit, you know. So I was confused. I ate the cookie, and I walk on down to the bayou, and I'm thinking about snapper turtles anyway, because they everywhere, and you don't want to get bit by a snapper turtle. So I'm eating this cookie, and my head is in the clouds, and I look down, and I ain't got no toe. I'm like, where my toe go? Like, I'm so confused. I saw a little turtle just sliding into the mud. I said, that mother lover, he got my toe. So then, I decided I'm gonna catch this turtle. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But 3 days later, an opportunity presented itself. My uncle on my white side, he's kind of a hillbilly because we're all from the swamps, you know what I'm saying? So you're either a black country boy or a white country boy, which we refer to as hillbillies, you know. When we're mad, we refer to them as honkies. So anyway, here we go. So he comes to me, he brings me some methamphetamines. I'm colored. I don't know what to do with no methamphetamines, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this season? Do I put it on my food? What? I said, man, I'm gonna catch me this turtle. So he wanted my toe. I threw a little bit of methamphetamines on the ground. He came. Saw my daddy do it with squirrels back in the day. He came. So every day I'd go out there, I'd throw a little bit of meth down, he'd eat the meth. Turns out he followed me home on that last day, and he followed me fast, y'all. I mean, this turtle was quick on that meth. So I get him back home, you know what I mean? Within the third day of him being there, within the third day of him being in my house, I walk in. I named the turtle Fred. I said, Fred, what the hell are you doing? Not knowing that the turtle couldn't talk anyway, not thinking, you know what I'm saying? But the turtle did speak. He said, shit, I'm getting tattooed, Holmes. Now, first off, how the hell did you talk? Second of all, how the hell did you just talk like a cholo, you know? All those little tattoos and whatnot. So anyway, he's doing all of this. He decided he's not gonna eat meth anymore. He decides he wants to smoke it. I don't know if y'all ever seen a little turtle hit the little dope pipe with his little fingers just clinking against it. You know, like, it's just out of this world. It's out of this world to see. So anyway, this turtle also enjoys the strippers. And I don't mean the kind of strippers that, you know, you would go right downtown and see. He likes them ones that are way out. You'll be like 4 hours for anything else, and then you'll see a stripper, you know what I'm saying? As she's shaking, sand falling off of her body, you know? So Fred has kind of become our mascot. You've never seen a turtle with an 8-pack unless it was a ninja turtle, you know what I'm saying? You've never seen a turtle that can talk. It might be the methamphetamine. It might be because I took him out of those bayou. I'm not sure what it is. So anyway, one day Fred brings home one of these unsavory wenches from a strip club. And now she wants a lawsuit on me. Now, you know he's a snapper, but you go in there, and he's going, and you let him go down on you. I'm sorry he took a bigger bite than you expected, you know? Not really my problem, you know? You shouldn't let a snapper turtle go down there, but what can I say? So anyway, I see Fred one day, and I'm like, I gotta get rid of this here turtle. So I take him back to the bayou. Apparently, the gators don't like him because they can't smoke meth, and Fred is much meaner than that, you know? But he can still copper like it's nobody's business. Let me tell you that. Fred can still copper a car radio. I came out one day, Fred was jacking up my own car, taking the rims off of him, you know? Let's see. So anyway, we decided we had to make a stew out of Fred, you know? Because, you know, the meat was tough too, because he ain't really had no meat because he was a meth smoker. So if there's one thing that I can tell y'all today, do not let your snapper turtle eat no methamphetamine. Back at you, brother.
Lamont Stuart.
Thank you.
Thank you for everybody being here. Lived experience and action. Thank you.